I am recording this live video this way because I just happen to be in this position at the moment while this topic is running through my head with one of my young boys behind me. So I hope you don't mind watching the underside of my nose and chin. So being a single mom, raising boys in today's world, especially very awake boys like I have, and like many of you have, without the always dominant, spiritually minded male influence, has often been a struggle for me. It's often been a struggle, and at the moment, the way that I have countered that is to bring men in to my life through jiu-jitsu, where my boys are taking jiu-jitsu, and they can have an aware, at least body conscious, present masculine for them to model after, as well as other man friends who I feel, can emulate for them what a masculine should look like in a world today. Because oftentimes we don't feel like we have that if we're a single mom. We feel like we're being both masculine and feminine at the same time, which is very true a lot of the times. We are being mom and dad. And so what that looks like a lot of times for moms, and it used to for me, is to be like really highly emphasized on the nurture point and having difficulty with the discipline because we just want to be the loving presence. But that often results in being walked all over as a mom, especially with these strong boys. That we also need to be able to be the disciplinary and the masculine and that energy for our boys as well. So to bring that in, it means that we as the single mom, need to feel okay about shifting back and forth from the feminine, nurture, loving mother presence that's friend to being the stronger masculine presence, which can be friend too, but is often just like a more stern and direct, voice that's disallowing boundaries to be crossed that would be detrimental to everyone. So even that means if mom's not getting her resources refilled, if mom is not able to take care of herself and nurture herself and feel good, then the children have crossed those boundaries and the mom needs to implement a boundary. Yes. So also we're raising boys that are very aware these days. They're much different than when I was growing up. The boys are aware of and more comfortable expressing their emotions, especially if they're with moms are comfortable expressing their emotions more, it seems like. Then the boys are more sensitively attuned. The boys might struggle with that at school if there's other boys who are not as sensitive or in touch with that side of themselves. These boys are also coming in with extremely high gifts where they are sensitive to energies as well, maybe see things that other kids don't see, know things that others don't know, and they feel a little like unsure about why they know all this stuff, what to do with that information, if it's okay. Sometimes they want to muddle that out with watching shows or playing games so they don't have to confront all the spiritual stuff that they know and feel. And so as a mom, I just try to bring a balance in where as long as they're getting enough play time and nature time and running around time and play with other kids, that sometimes I know like they do need downtime, they need integration time, and sometimes though the screen isn't always my favorite top choice, I also use the screen, like I'm using it right now and I use it for work. And so I have to also remember not to be a hypocrite, that if I'm going to do it, then I expect that they'll want to model me as well. So I also try to temper my time on the screen and have nature time and have workout time and remind that nature and connection with others is important, friendships are important, body cleanliness, and so forth. So, and also just listening and working with my own sensitivities and spiritual gifts with them, teaching them about crystals, teaching them about their chakras, teaching them about meditation, showing them that I do those things. so that they are curious and they are able to pick it up. If they see that I'm doing it, then they understand they can as well. And then, of course, interacting with various people, especially as a single mom. Sometimes just the interactions with new people will be a challenge because they're wondering if they're giving you up or if they're being traded. You know, when you have two parents, you don't often think that your parents' friends are a trade-in for you, but sometimes as a single mom, especially boys, because they take on that role of the man or the masculine in some ways, that when another man comes in the picture, for example, the kids might feel threatened, like, or am I being traded in? And so the assurance that no one can ever, you can never be traded, that there's only new friends that can come in, that our love is endless, that we can love endlessly, and that you guys are always my top number one dudes. I think it's important to teach the boys how to be respectful of the mom as the feminine presence that they're learning to interact with, so that they can go forward and respect the women in their life. So that means we just have to respect ourselves, women. We have to put ourselves in situations respecting ourselves, where we're expecting other people and other men to respect us. We're setting those boundaries. We're being clear about what we will take and what we will not. And then we have to extend that to our children as well, so they know certain behaviors are acceptable and certain ones are not. And sometimes they might shift, you know, depending on what feels good to us. Just like we might shift in a relationship with a man, like what feels good some days. You know, talking to me one way, one day might feel good, but on another day it might not. And so, like, having the boys learn that as well, that as a woman, constantly are morphing and shifting. That is like a valid way to be. So teaching that. And what else, Karuna? Is there anything else I'm missing? I'm talking about raising boys as a single mom. Oh, and boys being helpful, like teaching the boys how to help you, how to do chores with you, how to support you, and also supporting them in their creativity and gifts. I find it really important if I find that one of my boys like loves to do art or loves to do comedy or loves to do body stuff, that we find a way to support them in that, in a way that is supportive to everybody. So right now I've got both my kids in jiu-jitsu, and I'm in there with them, and my older boy is in a comedy theater class. He loves that. My younger boy loves to do arts and crafts, so we make sure to always have some arts and crafts supplies out and around that he can use. And what about the spiritual stuff, Karuna? Anything to say about yoga or meditation? What helps you with yoga and meditation? I can't hear you, babe.
Well, what is that my friend something here? Somebody did ask me for something, and they just asked me.
Okay, that's a jiu-jitsu class question. I'm just talking about meditation and yoga, like in your life, if you feel like you get a good space to practice those things.
Well, I think we're here because I recognize
We almost are here. I guess that's all I really have to say right now about this topic, so
Actually,
we can
no.
revisit this more later.
How,